Raila Amolo Odinga wants to be a commodity in this government. He wants to be part of this regime, even if he's denying it. That's why he is pursuing this handshake through chaos to pile up pressure on William Ruto so that, at zero options, they can have a discussion, they can sit down and agree on certain issues and how he will be accommodated in this regime, and his people and his interests can be taken care of. Now, handshakes in this country are not born out of love. Handshakes in this country are not born out of a common agenda. Handshakes in this country are not born out of cooperation. Handshakes are brought by violence. Handshakes are brought by chaos. And that's why Raila Amolo Odinga is pursuing that path. In this video, we want to look into the issues that Raila Amolo Odinga is going around calling out for mass actions and how those issues can be met, can be settled without necessarily these bloody mandamanos and this vandalization of property and all that. Now, but before we get into that, if you are new to this platform, take a minute or less to subscribe to this channel so that when we do another video like this, YouTube will automatically inform you. Now, Raila is going around with three issues. Issue number one is demanding for the opening of the IIEC servers. Issue number two, he is demanding that the government of the day to address the cost of living and make sure basic commodities go, the price of the basic commodities to go low. And number three, he is also pursuing, the selection of the IEBC commissioners, where he wants opposition also to have a say towards that selection. Now, to those three issues, we will start by addressing the first issue. We will deal with the IEBC servers. It's ridiculous actually that Raila Amolo Odinga anakuja after 7 months after elections to demand that the servers of IEBC to be opened. This is an issue that even the highest, court on the land has addressed itself. It has pronounced itself unto it that the elections had no issues. Now, people are asking outside there, why is it that IEBC is reluctant in opening the servers? Why don't they open the servers so that Raila can easily, be satisfied that he was defeated in these elections? The answer is very simple. The moment IEBC opens these servers, they, expose themselves to hackers. The moment IEBC servers are opened, hackers now can be able to look at the infrastructure. They can hack those servers and use them to manipulate, the outcome of the elections towards the interest of their client. And that's why it's so difficult for IEBC to open servers. But again, IEBC tried to be, as transparent as possible. One, they, put up a public portal where those Form 34As were displayed to the public so that if any Form 34A had an issue, someone could have realized that it has been manipulated, raise those issues, and say that, this is not what we had at the polling station. Raila and the media have left us down, or they have left themselves down. One, nobody has stopped Raila Amolo Odinga from calling a meeting with all his agents to come up with, the Form 34As that they took a photo of so that they can reconcile with what the IEBC displayed. From that event or from that exercise, they can come out and tell us these Form 34As do not reconcile with what IEBC displayed so that they can make their case, with real tangible evidence. He has not done that. He has not even called his agent. They have not even looked at that because I think even deep in himself, he knows that he lost these elections free, and it's just that simple. It doesn't take a lot of rocket science. It doesn't take a lot of, science and math and all those things. Just basic. Call your agents, sit down, reconcile. That's simple. And there's no need of mandamano. Mandamano will not give you that. On the cost of living, the cost of living in this country has been high since the handshake. Unga has been going for around 280 pre-elections. And Raila Amolo Odinga himself, before, he has taken a position to defend that high cost of living, especially during when they were in the handshake government with Uhuru Kenyatta. He knows very well the issues that are affecting the cost of living. And he has come out before to explain it to Kenyans that the war in Ukraine is affecting the cost of living. The rainfall distress that we had before, at least now we have rains and people are going back to their farms. We had a drought-like situation in Kenya, and that made maize to become unavailable, and that shortage is what pushed, the prices of maize or the price of unga to go up. He knows these things. He should not pretend, he should not be an hypocrite. And there's no evidence towards, William Ruto or against William Ruto that it's during this regime that the cost of living has gone up. It has been up there. And William Ruto is trying, to bring up or to bring in mitigation mechanisms so that we can address this, the cost of living downwards, scale it downwards. He had proposed that we import maize, and the opposition were the first people to oppose that. Actually, when they had that, there was rumors that there was a ship that had docked in Mombasa. They made a lot of noise, and then his cabinet proposed that we should, bring GMO seedlings, which are, rainfall resistance, and drought resistance, which have high yields, which, they can produce more in our environment. And the first people to oppose that were the opposition. But you know what is funny? The same opposition has never given a proposal on how we can address the cost of living. They have never come up with a proposal to, give an alternative on how the president should go about the cost of living. All the proposals that have been given by the government to address this issue downwards, to scale it downwards, the opposition has been so adamant in taking that position. On the part of media should go beyond, reporting that somebody said this, another person said that, or this is what is happening. They should also do investigative journalism, especially on issues to do with public interest. And this issue of post-elections issues has been with us. I expected the media to go outside there and investigate what really happened during the elections so that they can come out with facts addressing the issues. 6 months after elections, there is no media house that has ever investigated these concerns. They were given even the materials by IBC. They were just to, calculate what was on the IBC portal, go outside there, through their, they have local reporters, ask those local reporters to go around collecting data, to go around collecting the IBC Form 34As that are on the ground or that had been displayed outside the doors of the polling stations, so that they do the math and then reconcile and then tell Kenyans for a fact who won these elections. That is the work of journalists. But they have failed on that part. And we are stuck here as a country. And I expected them to do more in the future. Now, on this issue of opening the servers, I think the easiest solution to it is very simple and very basic. Raila Amolo Odinga to call his agents to come with the Form 34As that they recorded or they took pictures of. They sit down, they calculate what is there, they go to the IEBC portal, they do, the reconciliation and see whether William Ruto won the elections or not. On the IEBC commissioners, Raila should be sincere to himself. This is not the first time we are using that law to select the IEBC commissioners. When they had the handshake, they passed this law. Actually, it's Raila Amolo Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta who passed this law. They took advantage of it. That's how Cherera, who is people out there claim that is Ali Hassan Joe's girlfriend, came to be in that commission. That's how the Cherera 4 came to be. They misused that law during their time. They wanted it to work towards their favor. But luckily, in one way or another, they were not able to, govern. Or I don't know what happened because they used that law. They selected the four commissioners, the four rogue commissioners who are in office, who resigned the other day. And now, because it's not them who are selecting, it's not the opposition who have been, who are in government to do that selections. Now they don't want to follow the law that they passed themselves. On this issue, I think Raila should be honest to himself. He should not be calling for mandamano over the laws and regulations that he passed himself, that he has been benefited from before. He has benefited from that structure before. He should just go sit down according to how that law has been written. You have opposition leaders also part of, the selection panel. They sit down and give us IBC commissioners. That is not an issue. I don't think he should be able to call for mandamano because he doesn't have the locus. He doesn't have the best interest of the public because he has used that law in his favor. Now that he's not, in that system or in that government, he wants to call mandamano for it, you know. So these issues that we have seen, these issues that we have addressed, you can see that they can even be addressed in parliament tomorrow. If Azimio leaders wake up tomorrow, write a bill on the cost of living, they go there, give proposals on how they want it to be addressed. And if their proposals are good, I know William Ruto will pick them up. William Ruto is not repugnant. He will pick up those good proposals and implement them. On the issue of IBC servers, the IBC servers can be easily be solved. The issue, it just needs common sense. Call your agents, tell them to avail, what they documented during the elections from 34As, whether they took pictures or wrote down. Come sit down with your, expertise, then reconcile the numbers and see whether it's true or not. William Ruto won. Opening up the servers will not solve anything. What matters in the presidential election is the Form 34A, which is with your agents, which is on IEBC portal. So the only thing you need is bringing those together and then doing the reconciliation. It doesn't need mandamano, And then number 4, on the selection of the IEBC commissioners, I think Raila Amolo Odinga is not being sincere. He should follow the law. He has benefited from this law before. Let him sit down with the president as the law demands. They form the selection panel. They select the commissioner. If these are the issues that Raila Amolo Odinga is interested in with, I think their solutions are very basic. Send his legislatures to parliament, to draft bills to address these concerns. But because I don't think Raila Amolo Odinga wants to pursue this path, he wants to bring chaos, violence, destabilize this government, topple it, so that they can sit down, shake hands, and have Nusmukate. But I don't think William Ruto is a person to intimidate. And I also don't think William Ruto will buy into it. But it will be an interesting to see. Now, that's what we had from our side today. Remember to subscribe to this channel. And in case you have a point or something, or you are differing, or you are agreeing, let me see at the comment box below. And keep it here for more.